Hey guys, poppin'. Jock Slade here, back with another unboxing, and today I have a mystery package, I guess. This came from the good folks over at Adidas, and this is not what I expected, and actually I have no idea what this is. ZX 2K Boost 1987-2020. Let's see how we get in here. Oh, there. Ha! They should have put open on here, so that's how you do it. I guess there's a magnet. Ooh. Well, let me take these out of the box here. These are interesting. This is really interesting. I like this. And so there's a note here. Welcome to the future. Since its launch in 1984, the ZX series has always represented progress by pushing the boundaries of footwear design and technology. Taking inspiration from the 1987 ZX 710 OG, the ZX 2K Boost remains at the forefront of progression, fusing iconic design elements with advanced technology. The ZX 2K Boost reinvents the running-inspired sneaker to provide unprecedented comfort and wearability. 2K Boost, again, obviously from 1987 to 2020. And then right there, they kind of have a picture of the older model, and you see it still had that sort of rear panel there. So let's kind of break these down a little bit, just give you some details about them. So they have this rubber housing here for the Boost that I really love, because it almost kind of reminds me of like a gum outsole, and you can feel the Boost on the inside. So I really love how that accents everything else that's on the shoe. Here we have almost like a felt. I wouldn't call it suede or anything like that. It feels more like felt back here for that material there on the heel. Then you have some rubber here for the heel counter, and then the black heel tab to keep you locked in right there, to help keep you locked in. As we move forward, I'm going to assume that this is knit and not prime knit. It could possibly be prime knit, but I don't know that for sure. It does feel soft like prime knit, but I'm not sure if it's prime knit. It might be just knit. Then they have fuse here on the 3 stripes as they go to that same sort of green. And then here at the toe box, you see that same knit continues there at the toe. And what's interesting is they have these overlays. So here on the inside, on the medial side of the shoe, you see they have this overlay that extends from the heel and then comes up around the toe. So you have that extra overlay there, and it looks like it's just made out of plastic or some sort of fuse material there, and I imagine that's protection when you're running. And then you get that same pattern here on the outside, so you have that same fuse. It just kind of sits on top of the shoe, and it gives it a little bit of dimension here at the toe, so it's not just flat. So like the toe down here, like if you guys can see the toe down there, it has a little bit more dimension to it because it has those overlays that stick up, and it adds shadows to the way that it looks, so you get a better view of the angles of the sneaker, which I actually really love. It's really cool here. Interestingly, they switch up the materials. This is really interesting. I've never seen this shoe before, obviously, as you can see here. So you guys are going through this firsthand with me as well. There's actually a material change on the toe box. So here you see that it's almost like unprotected, but then it has this fuse here to help protect it. But here on the inside, there's a different sort of material that covers the fuse. And again, I imagine that's for protection, but it starts here at the edge of the laces and then trails off here to the toe, just to kind of give you that protection there on your big toe. So it's very, very interesting. And that material actually is reproduced in the laces here as well. So you see there in the lace stays, and you see it here in the lace stays as well. So it's really, really interesting take. So again, I'm not sure what the purpose of that is, or if it's just more cosmetic, but you can see that the addition there. Moving up to the tongue, definitely a knit. It has sort of like a neoprene here. There's no stretch to it, but it feels like a soft neoprene material. A little bit of foam here on the inside as well. Stitching around the shoe, so this may make it a little difficult to get in because there's not a lot of give here. It's kind of stiff. I would want a little bit of elastic here, but I'm not like super kind of complain about it. But then on the tongue, this knitting is just wide open here on the tongue, and this gives you, I imagine that makes it a little bit more breathable, so that you don't have just foam there kind of keeping your foot in there and keeping you locked down. And it looks like it's very well built, very sturdy. The heel has more of that cushioning there as well for that heel counter to give you a little extra protection. It's not like a super thick heel counter, so it's not gonna like hold you down, but it definitely is there. You will feel it. And then one of the most interesting things is actually the Boost. So the Boost here has that same print on it, and I haven't seen Adidas do anything like that with Boost before. They've painted it completely, but here they have that same like stretched pattern that you see on the bag. That same sort of pattern is over the Boost. It's almost like a netting on the Boost. They did a shoe a few years ago that wasn't Boost, but it had this foam and it had like this netting over it. It almost looked like netted stockings. So you see that same sort of effect here, but I believe it's not. I feel like it's just printed on top of the Boost. It's not actually on top. It's just a print. It's not actual material, which looks interesting. Looking at the outsole, not nice thick rubber here. Again, this is probably more of a lifestyle shoe. Definitely not something you're actually going to be putting a lot of miles in. This is definitely more for just chilling out. But interestingly enough, the Boost is segmented, which is not something that I recall seeing recently on any Adidas shoes. So here it has like holes inside of the Boost, and I don't know if that's just to allow the shoe to bend a little better when you walk, to give you a better ride, but they removed some of the Boost there in order to give you I imagine it's going to give you a different sensation. So I'm not sure. I've never seen that before, so I'll have to investigate that more. Before I go, just quickly take a look inside, and it looks like they have like just a little branded insole there with Adidas and the brand with the 3 stripes, obviously, and then they have that netting again there. And does this go? So is there? Oh, and it looks like there's no strobo board in here. So there's no strobo board. It goes directly to the Boost. It's just stitched together. The shoe, the upper is stitched to. I imagine it has to have some kind of strobo board. Or maybe the stitching is going through the Boost. So maybe the stitching is actually going through the Boost, and that's how the upper is attached. I would imagine they have some sort of glue also to keep it locked in, but that's very interesting. There's no actual strobo board. Your foot's gonna rest right on top of the Boost, which should make these super duper comfy. Anyway, so yeah, with that being said, let's go do a quick on foot and see what they look like. So here they are on feet. I just showed you some clips of them, but here they are on feet. And because you're walking directly on the Boost, it feels incredible. It's like, it's next level comfort. Like, I am super excited about these because they are mad comfy. As always, make sure you like, favorite, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace. One last on foot look. Man, these things are comfy. Goodness gracious.